Hello, this is the best practices presentation for Beta Alpha Psi's Eta Epsilon chapter at Central Michigan University, which will be utilized for the 2020 Virtual Regional Conference, initially to take place in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. My name is Kevin Greslick, and I am the president. Subsequent to me are Colin McDowell, the vice president, Michael Meyer, the treasurer, and Ian Odette, the secretary. We will be presenting on the innovation of our Underclassmen Night. On Thursday, February 6th, from 6:30 to 8 p.m. at Grant Hall, our business hall at Central Michigan University, our chapter hosted our 6th annual Underclassmen Night. The event invited freshmen and sophomore students who have declared or are interested in declaring a major in accounting, finance, or information systems. In addition, we invited 10 professional accounting and finance firms, including PwC, EY, and KPMG, to personally network with these students, as well as advertise leadership events and discuss career information. The Eta Epsilon chapter works with the Central Michigan University School of Accounting to host virtually all accounting network events for the university, including Underclassmen Night. We encourage consistent networking by hosting other events. These include Meet the Recruiters, our career fair for all accounting and finance students in the fall, as well as the Detroit Bus Trip, where a bus of students drive down to downtown Detroit and network with several firms while touring their offices, including PwC, EY, and Plant Moran.
So moving on to member involvement, our chapter advisor, Dr. Stephen Harris, as well as all of our executive board, were very hands-on and coming together to help coordinate this Underclassmen Night event. As you can see here, we were mostly targeting our associate members and the non-full members for this event, mostly focused for our underclassmen, both freshmen and sophomore students. And finally, as you can see, the School of Accounting here at Central Michigan was very heavily involved in advertising and getting word out to all of our students about this event and trying to get them to come check out our event that we were putting on for them. And then moving on to preparation time. So we coordinated with all the different firms, from reaching out to them via email and communicating with them about our event that we were hosting and trying to get them up to campus here. That took about 10 hours. And then moving on for planning, getting all the appropriate resources we needed to reserving our space in our college of business. As you can see by our photo, that took about an additional 10 hours to set up. And then finally moving on to advertising, whether it was through the faculty in the School of Accounting or to just putting it out there in our weekly meetings. That took about another 5 hours as well for us to do, to reach out to everybody and let them know about our event and why they should come and attend with us. And then finally, our expectations and goals for the event. Our goals mainly for this event were to reach out and target our freshman and sophomore students, our underclassmen students, to get them to come to our event and show them what's out there for them in a career in accounting, whether it's public or private, and just all the different opportunities that are out there with all of these firms, whether it's an internship or even early on with a leadership program, just to get some exposure to these firms and see what's available to them. And as you can see from the slide as well, many of these students were unsure. They're pretty early on in their collegiate careers, and just getting this exposure to them is very huge for them, as well as these recruiters, just to put some names to faces and to start networking and get themselves out there. And like I mentioned, finally, this event was mostly focused on to ease these underclassmen students into a career in public accounting and try to get them into the world of accounting.
A good way for us to measure the success of the event is to keep track of both student and firm attendance numbers. If the number of students is high, we see that as a good takeaway because it shows that we have a large amount of undergraduate students that are interested in pursuing an accounting degree. If the number of firms is high, it's good because it shows that we have good relationships with accounting firms and they have interest in recruiting our students for their leadership conferences and internship opportunities. An event like this is prone to some challenges, and one of the bigger challenges we faced was the fact that we have changing e-board roles, specifically the vice president, who is in charge of coordinating with the contacts we have with each firm. We try to combat this by carefully planning the transition phase between the old and new vice president to ensure that the new vice president is well aware of their responsibilities. Another challenge is trying to advertise the event outside of Beta Alpha Psi membership. One way to combat this is by gaining strong relationships with the CMU accounting faculty in hopes to increase the awareness of the event to accounting students who aren't involved with Beta Alpha Psi. We feel that if other chapters take the right steps, this event is something that can be easily replicated. If a chapter has a large amount of firm contacts, it definitely helps because more students might be interested in the event if they know a large amount of firms are going to be there. Another thing other chapters should take note of is the internship deadlines that other firms have. The event should be done at a point in time where students are still able to apply for internships. Students might not be as likely to attend if internship opportunities with the firms have already passed. And lastly, we hope other chapters maintain good relationships with business colleges, like we do with our College of Business and School of Accounting, to help with advertising and setting up the event.
As of 2020, the Beta Alpha Psi Eta Epsilon chapter at Central Michigan University has hosted Underclassmen Night for 6 years. Since then, Underclassmen Night has become a lasting tradition for the Eta Epsilon chapter, and we hope that it remains this way for many years to come. In terms of Underclassmen Night, so who is it for? It is for freshman and sophomore students that have limited access to the informational material about the accounting field. And it offers direct access with firms and industry professionals to help a great deal with networking at the earlier stages of an accounting student's career at school. This event also helps carve out suggested career paths for those prospective accounting students. In terms of sustaining the event, our goal is to maintain Underclassmen Night every year in early February. Our chapter's finances and generous university event funders and fundraisers will continue the financial and fundamental health of the program, and we hope that this may be adopted within future chapters. We would like to say thank you for listening to our presentation, and we would like to offer special thanks to Dr. Stephen Harris, our chapter advisor, as well as the Central Michigan University School of Accounting. Without you all, none of this would be possible. Thank you again.